Weekend has now led to sunshine and warm temperatures here in the Midlands, and that warmer weather usually brings everyone's worst nightmare, and that's pollen.
Yes, but that is not all, because it is going to be returning, and some say will be worse than ever this season. This girl's already been sneezing all day. I can testify to that. So let's check in with Corey Smith, who's live outside where all the pollen is coming from in the garden. Corey.
Yeah, guys, we're out here at Gandy's garden right now, and it's been a rather warm winter. We've had 7 days already in the 70s, and that means the plants have taken attention of that, and they've begun to spring back to life, and with that, the early arrival of pollen season. Warm temperatures and spring flowers have already arrived in the Midlands. Along with that, so has the return of allergy season. The National Phenology Network says the activity arrived early this year by almost 2 weeks, a trend we have seen more often. Plants rely on warmer temperatures to start their spring growth. Looking back at historical data, we are seeing on average almost 6 days more that start above freezing. And when it comes to our daytime highs, our first 80-degree day is occurring over a week earlier than it used to. These are all symptoms of our warming winters and our warming climate. Our partners at Climate Central show that allergy season has been getting longer by close to a month compared to 1970, thanks to prolonged warmer weather that allows plants to be more active when they normally wouldn't have been. As CO2 emissions continue to rise, grass pollens could potentially double compared to 2000 levels as soon as the year 2060. What this means for you is more sniffling and sneezing for more of the year. Going back to what we can expect soon, high pressure will be ushering temperatures approaching the upper 70s this week, and pollen levels will reflect that. Tree pollen is expected to reach the middle high category by this Thursday. And you can see in Gandy's garden right now some cabbage. Our meteorologist Daniel Bond's been taking care of all this throughout the winter, but we have begun to see some spring flowers. Our Gandy's gardeners have been sending in pictures to us. You can see right now pictures of daffodils. These are very early bloomers typically, and are some of the first flowers that we normally see in the spring months. We've also seen some other pictures here from our gardeners of some camellias, some gorgeous flowers, but of course these are all going to bring some pollen with them, and with these warmer temperatures on the way, that looks to continue. Live from Gandy's garden, I'm News 19 meteorologist Corey Smith. Back to you guys.
All right, Corey, thank you so much. So now that we know it's official, ready or not, here it comes. Pollen season is here. How do you know if you're allergic? And if you are allergic, what can you do to help some of those symptoms? The Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America says people with pollen allergies only have symptoms when those specific pollens are in the air. So symptoms for allergies include a runny nose, stuffy nose, sneezing. For me, it's always the itchy eyes, and you can even have itchy mouth and itchy nose, of course. You can have red and watery eyes, and some people even get that swelling around their eyes. You know, looks like you might have a black eye. And if you have asthma, it's important to know that pollen can make your asthma worse, so keep that in mind. So how do you get to reduce these symptoms? What can you do? Well, first, talk to your doctor, talk to the experts, see what they recommend. Plus, there's a lot of over-the-counter options that can help as well. So let's take a look now at some of the treatments. They include things like nasal sprays. That's a great way to reduce that allergic feeling and also block allergic reactions. They're most effective. Some common examples include good old Nasacort and Flonase. Darcy and I both have that in the dressing room. There's also antihistamines that help with sneezing, and then that overall itchy feeling that we kept talking about, the itchy nose, eyes, and mouth. So if you try this, be sure to look for that long-acting and non-drowsy kind. You don't want to be falling asleep at the desk at work. That includes Zyrtec and Claritin, many other brands. There's also decongestants that can help with your stuffy nose, and those are only used, though, for a short time use. That can be things like Sudafed, Vicks Sinus, and Afrin.